Good evening and welcome. Tonight we will be going over the history and geography of Central Ethiopia in Ethiopia. Now, this state is very new. It's newer than my map here. This area used to be part of the Southern Nations, Nationalities, and Peoples, which is a terrible name for a region, isn't it? But it is named that, or was named that, because Ethiopia named all of its regions after the primary indigenous peoples that live there. There's the Oromo in Oromia, there's Amhara, Afar, there's the Somali region down here. The Gambella peoples is over here. We already covered Binshangukumus. So yeah, this was the etc. area of Ethiopia. And that's because there isn't one main culture here. There are many. So they just lumped them all together here. So very recently, and like I said, I believe it was 2023 was when they officially divided this up into different states. And the one we're talking about tonight is Central Ethiopia. The capital is Hosaina, right here. And it is the heartland of the Tiya peoples and Tiya culture. But there are many other cultures here. That's just the most dominant one I would, from what I've read, that's what I gather. But there's also the Gurage, which are more in the north here. And it's in this area right about here that we have a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And a very fascinating one. It is known as Tiya, which is the name of the village it's located in. So they just named the site after the town. It says Tiya is among the most important of the roughly 160 archaeological sites discovered so far in the Sodo region south of Addis Ababa. The site contains 36 monuments, including 32 carved stelae covered with symbols, most of which are difficult to decipher. They are the remains of an ancient Ethiopian culture whose age has not yet been precisely determined. It's estimated that these rocks were erected and carved between the 11th and 13th centuries. Here, I'm going to show you the Google Earth. There we go. Let me zoom out. Sorry if there's a glare because the lights are on. My bad. But yeah, we're not going to have a whole Google Earth segment because Google Earth won't even show you the borders of the state because it's so new. But this is where we are in the world, here in beautiful, beautiful Ethiopia. The Tiya World Heritage Site. These pictures are a lot better. You can really see the carvings here. It is amazing, I think. They've recently found tombs here. But like they said, no one really knows why the stones are here, what the symbols mean. It's all lost to history, what their purpose was or anything. How neat is that? Incredible. I mean, these look like swords, don't they? Oh, I bet you ancient aliens will be like, they're rocket ships. But they're obviously swords. There's all kinds of different symbols on them. It's pretty neat. So yeah, no Google Earth segment tonight because that was literally like the only slideshow that was worth looking at. The rest are mostly selfies or pictures of like random interior like shops and stuff. It's not very interesting. Doesn't mean that you can't go and poke around for yourself. I always recommend that. So this area was part of a few different, I suppose, empires, mostly sultanates. There was the Shewa, which covered most of like this area here, centered in what's now Addis Ababa. Eventually, the Tiya Sultanate would split off from that and rule over here. There was also the, I guess, Slite Kingdom, Sultanate, one or the other. They were Muslim, though, which is important because their main neighbors up here were Christian. There was a lot of conflict. There was a huge battle in the 1600s, the Battle of Tiya, which is still important here because they actually beat the Abyssinians, as they were known back then. Now it's Ethiopians, right? They actually held them back for a very long time. They weren't conquered by Abyssinia until 1893, and it was officially absorbed into what's now beautiful Ethiopia. And unfortunately, that's pretty much all that I have for you tonight. I could really not find a lot about this area other than it's there, and that, you know, there's different ethnic groups there. And it's pretty much what all the sources said. It's very unfortunate because it seems like a very beautiful area, but there's no pictures on Google Earth, not a lot of information. It's just very sad. So if you know more about this area than I could find, do let me know down in the comments, because I love Ethiopia. I love talking about Ethiopia. Just one of the most fascinating histories in Africa. I was excited to do this region and then very disappointed. But nevertheless, that's pretty much all that I have for you tonight. Again, do let me know if there's any facts that I'd completely overlooked. I mostly just read about Tiya because I am such a stone circle nerd. And there's not much to say about that either, because we don't know any of the details about even like who built them. But anyway, yes, unfortunately that's it for tonight. Sorry for the short video. Sometimes you guys like the short videos. Some of you comment saying, oh good, it's a short one, I love it. But they never do as well. So be sure to like this video and drop me a comment down below. I'd appreciate that very much to help boost this little video. Next in the series, though, we're going to Finland, and kind of like this central area of Ethiopia, we're going to a region called Central Finland. There's also not really a lot there, but there are, it being Finland, a lot of slideshows on Google Earth, and they're absolutely gorgeous. It's in the heart of the lake area, which is almost all of Finland. Let's be real, it's a very lakey country, but there are some incredible lakes there, beautiful nature, and actually 2 UNESCO sites technically in that area. So we'll look at that tomorrow. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. I do hope at least that you found this video to be relaxing and educational, and I hope that you have a good night. Good night.